Hi, Jaime. All the leaves we collect, again, are from here. And then the weeds and the stuff, they go into the compost. We want to clean all this area out. And those raspberry bushes and things, we can take those out, or we can let it grow. All the weeds in the bamboo box we take out and only leave the bamboo in there. I don't know what's growing in there, but we take all that out and put that in the compost. And we take out all the garbage here, and we and here too. We take out all the garbage here, and then just create healthy soil for the ivy to grow. Again, I know this always is ongoing, but we will collect all the leaves from here in the creek, the dirty leaves and stuff from over here that I piled up. We need to take that out, and we clean this whole grounds area for adding more bark here, heavy bark here, and a little more gorilla hair here and gorilla hair here. Before we add the gorilla hair here, take all this along the base and rake it up. Then we do heavy watering to make it stick. Then we bring the new gorilla hair in. Any agapanthus, we're gonna fill in the empty spots here, here, and here, here, and up. We'll fill in the agapanthus. All this ivy in here, I would like to clean up the base of, trim this so it's nicer, and then take all this ivy out here. Whatever can be transplanted here, you see all this ivy here, take this, trim this back 5 feet, all this ivy. So the ivy starts here and goes along here, straight here, so like here, and then right here. Nothing grows past that, because I want this all to be the wood chip that we got here. So all this ivy, if we can dig out and transplant, we would put it in the empty spots here and up over by the on the way to the in front of the kitchen and that empty area too. But all the ivy we will clear up out of here and make the line here, not past these pots, and then just straight up. These weeds we will take out, and then we'll throw away all these bamboo, and we'll throw away this. And we'll clean out all the weeds here, the leaves here, and then put it into the box over there. This is all the bald area here where we want to put all the ivy in. If we need to add more soil, let's add more soil amendment, so it grows nice in here. Obviously, before we do that, we clean all the leaves out and take all the weeds like this, and then we put it in the weeds in the compost, the green bin, and then all the leaves and stuff, organic material in there to be mixed up later. This area, we pick the weeds and then blow out all the leaves that bloomed from here and are already gone now. And we just clean this, because we're going to clean this whole area up here, and then we're going to add new bark. I'm going to let this Meihua tree grow wild, just like the ones at my mom's. Then I'll trim it back myself in November or December, like you taught me. This thing right here, let's trim back so it's tapered 2 feet off the ground, and then do that. And then cut it so it's nice and tapered look like you did on the, but a little bit wider on the top, and then trim that down a little bit. Take maybe 2 feet off the top, make it neat. this tree here, let's thin it out. All the stuff like this growing in the middle and here, let's do that. Make it tall and thin. You know how to do it. Same with the tree in the back here. Let's thin that out, and then the top we cut a little bit if we can. Some more garbage is under here, and then we rake out the leaves, and there's just a bald spot here and a bald spot there. We add some soil amendment, and then we can grow the soil. For the leaves collected on this area, we can put it to top off these boxes here. And again, any dead stuff here, let's cut out so it can promote healthier growth there. These are the raspberry bushes and things. We can cut those out, that's great. Again, rake the leaves out and then put new soil in and take all that stuff out. I can't get there because my leg is bad, otherwise I would do it myself. We can leave this stone here. Don't touch that stone. We just leave that. Again, let's take out all the growth here, these weeds, but then keep everything else. We have one new stalk growing. The other couple were eaten by animals, so that's too bad. But at least we have one nice one growing in. The other ones are being eaten, so. The area here, we can take out the ivy here and then put it into the bald areas. So there's plenty of ivy here we can transplant. So let's take that. Again, rake up all the leaves in this area, and then we can use it to top off these boxes here. And we can use it to top off these boxes and mix it into the soil here. You see that we put a lot of new bamboo in here. So it's pretty dense now, and it's great. This area, we're gonna take out the weeds here, and then top off the heavy bark here. Same goes for this. We'll take out the weeds and add just a little more heavy bark here. We'll rake up all the stuff here, and then rake up all the redwood leaves here and take out all the weeds. And then we'll put that in on the top of the soil compost box with all that big soil you put in, and we'll leave that there in a pile to the right side that I can use for the bottom of this bird cage here. This area here, we'll clean out this fern, and then take out all the dead stuff at the base of this fern, clean up all this, and prepare this whole area here to rake it out all nice and neat, so all the we can even it out and then add more heavy bark where needed. We'll cut away all this and just prune these the roses, this crimson rose bush, so it's healthy and ready to grow for the remainder of the spring and summer. And then we can put summer fertilizer in these rose bushes. Let's trim the stuff in the middle here. Take all that stuff out. I only wanted the stuff growing in the orange tree, but let's leave it like that, nice and thick a little. Maybe if you want to thin it out a little, that's fine, but let's try to let it grow taller. On the other side of the fence, this Ficus Monique is dying, so let's just dig it out and put it cut it up and then put it in the compost bin. I will trim this tree myself. I still haven't figured out how I want to shape it. I know I want it to grow taller and stuff, so I'll do that myself after it grows in a little more. This is an area, so this is the Ficus Monique tree I was talking about that needs to be dug out and taken away. This stuff needs to be taken out. This whole bed needs to be trimmed at the bottom, and the rose bushes need to be trimmed for growth. That hydrangea, if you can take that out, put it in a plastic pot and put it in a greenhouse, I will water it and plant it on another property or somewhere on this property. Then we will take all the weeds out and we will put more gorilla hair, a lot of gorilla hair, so it's nice and tall there. Again, from this area, all the weeds taken out, and everything that's not growing, that shouldn't be growing, and we will add more heavy bark. This area, we want to take all the weeds out, rake all the bark away, cut back the ivy. We want to trim these shrubs back as far back as possible, and then take 2 feet off the top of this whole shrub here. Take 2 feet off the top. We take this agapantha right here. We take this agapantha here, and the 2 agapanthas, any of the agapanthas here, there's 2 in the box here, take it out, there's 1 here, 3, so that's 4. Then the agapantha's growing here, and we move it to that area where you put all those other agapanthas. Then we take all the weeds here, take out all the weeds, put in the compost, do the leaves, do summer fertilizer for all these trees. And then this grass here, let's take the grass out, or no, we'll just leave it here. I'll take care of that later. And then again, take all the weeds out here. Only pooling. The ivy here, if we can take out, we take out and transplant. These shrubs along here, we cut down 1 more foot, and we cut it back as far as possible, so it's as close to the brick wall line as possible. Cut this back too, again, so it's closer to the brick wall. All this dead stuff here we cut off, but let's try it. I'm watering it, so let's try to let these grow tall. This one we cut off, throw away. We rake up all these pine things, and we cut the ivy back here so it's against the wall. This grass is uneven, so we need to cut the lawn. We need to pull up all those stones and reset them after we put that compost mulching in. We need to add some good soil into here, a potting mix. We also need to do raised bed soil here until it's all the way full, and then top it with gorilla hair, a heavy dose of a heavy thick layer of gorilla hair. Here, take all the weeds out. Here we need to, like this dirt, we can level that out and put it back in this box here, in this area, before you do the gorilla hair. And then we'll add a nice thick layer of heavy bark. We did the gorilla hair, but I think heavy bark is better here. And then we take all the weeds out here. Again, edge the grass, trim this shrub so it looks nice and neat. You have better sense of style for that. We cut this a little shorter, maybe 2 feet shorter. Top it short, same thing here. Then here, take all the weeds out, and then again, add another layer of heavy bark, more at the top, and then don't add more on the bottom, just more at the top. These, I think they're oleanders. I like it tall, so let's keep it growing tall, but we can grow it so it's thinner. So we cut it thinner like I did, you can see. We can add some good soil all the way along this area and turn the soil and mix it. Any leaves you collect first, you can put in there and mix it, but you gotta mix it with the native soil. So we can add soil amendment here. And then if we want, we just cut it so it's flat across the top, but make it as tall as possible. Again, the tree trimming here is good. So we cut it so it's a little bit shaped at the top, but thin in the middle. I did it last year, and you can tell I'm not as good as you, but I tried to save money last year, but I don't have time this year to do it more. So, and then, yeah, then these junipers, we shape it so it looks nicer, but I like the height of those junipers. Lastly, there's all these bald areas here. So we want to put all that ivy that I showed you, put some soil amendment first after you take out all the leaves and stuff. And then put soil amendment in, mix it, heavy water, and then plant all that, transplant all that ivy from on the other side of the property. And then we should be good. So, but let's add soil. Then on the other side of the fence, there's shrubs. Let's add a lot of soil amendment there too, so those shrubs grow nicer. It's a lot of work. Thank you, Jaime. See how much we can do. Okay, bye.